Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is me, Agent Dave, aka Fanatical for Jesus, aka Don Way, aka David Chu. I want to come to you right now with a story time. I want to talk about my bipolar story. My bipolar story goes all the way back to when I was a teenager in foster care. I was first diagnosed with clinical depression, and my psychiatrist diagnosed me with clinical depression and prescribed medication to me for depression. And like at the time, I didn't realize what was going on with me, but I remember as I was taking my depression medication, I would start to feel like extremely euphoric, and I would laugh a whole lot. I would be extremely hyper and like I mean, looking back on it, I was literally in a manic episode, and it put me in a manic episode. But I didn't realize it was a manic episode at the time. I just thought I was just had a lot of energy, and I would run around, and I was pretty active, like and and the doctor no one knew exactly why I was so hyperactive. They had no idea. And so, like, looking back on it, I had a really shitty doctor because he should have recognized the signs right away, but he didn't. Um he put me on a no sugar diet because he thought that I was just eating too much sugar and it was making me hyperactive, and it was also making me gain weight too. So he put me on a no sugar diet, and that didn't really solve anything. I mean, I was still hyperactive. I was still running around. I was still laughing hysterically all the time. Like, and shortly after, I was locked up in juvenile detention, and then after juvenile detention, I went to the treatment center in Canyon City, Colorado. Like, I was still on depression medication, and I was still having the same symptoms where I was running around and being hyper and everything. And I don't remember exactly what it was that convinced my therapist that I probably had bipolar disorder. But I remember the first time he mentioned it to me, I was taken aback because I wasn't sure what that was. I was like, what the hell is bipolar disorder? And he explained it to me, and I was like, that doesn't sound like me. And but he decided to try me on bipolar medication. Anyway, well, he decided to diagnose me with bipolar type 2. Anyways, that's what he diagnosed me with first. And then after he diagnosed me with bipolar type 2, my psychiatrist at the treatment center decided to start prescribing me with bipolar medication. And I don't remember exactly what the first bipolar medication I was on. I've been on so many bipolar medications, it's not even funny. But I remember like um being on I remember being on certain bipolar medication. Like I remember I was on Depakote at one time, and Depakote like literally caused me to become like a walking zombie. I would literally sleep all day every day. And when we were in transition line, I would walk with my eyes closed and walk really slowly and sluggish. Like it was horrible. I hated Depakote with a passion. I'll never again want to be on Depakote ever again. But there's other bipolar medication that they tried me on, and I did notice that on certain bipolar medications, like my feelings of euphoria and hyperactivity like lessened, and I became more stable in my moods, and I wasn't overreacting anymore. I wasn't acting up anymore. Like I was actually pretty decently normal. And but then like when I found but then when I realized that it was true that I had bipolar disorder, I became really angry because like I felt like now I have an actual mental illness like my mom, and I was ashamed of myself. And like that's when I went into what I consider the dark ages of my life, where I became very angry and bitter towards God for making me this way. And like I would lash out at Christians um for for representing representing the God who made me like this. I would lash out at Christians. I would harass Christians. Like I became a really angry person on the inside, and like it was really bad. And then like fast forward at like to the point where I was out. Okay, I'm out of the treatment center now. I'm living on my own, and like I become a Christian, like an evangelical Christian, and I stopped taking my medication at this point because I believed at the time that Jesus healed me of my mental illness, and I no longer needed to be on medication for mental illness. And so I was really just living in denial. Like I was living in denial about my mental illness, and um it all like and I was getting away with it for quite a while. Like people couldn't really tell that I was mentally ill because I hid it pretty well. Like I acted as if I didn't have a mental illness. But then it all came to a head. Um one year I got really depressed because I was having some issues with a girl that I was dating, and I got really depressed, and I try to I sent out a massive text message to a bunch of people that I knew, including my girlfriend at the time, and I said pretty much that I'm a monster and that I don't deserve to live, and I'm sorry for ever being a burden on everybody's lives, and then I said goodbye. And that's one of the text messages that I sent out was to vape time, and that's when I walked to the convenience store, the Loaf and Jug, the gas station, to try and get headache medication because I was going to overdose on headache medication because I thought I could actually die from that. Like I know now that you can't, but at the time I thought I could, and that's when vape time and our friend Georgiana came down to I mean I know I already said this story in the previous video, but that's when they came down to stop me, and and but shortly after that I ended up I think I admitted myself into the hospital, or I don't remember, but I went into the hospital shortly after that, and I ended up getting back on medication, and I stayed on medication for a little while, and then I decided after a while, after a little, twice another, I decided that as time went by that I was better and I didn't need medication anymore. So I went back off the medication, and I stopped seeing my psychiatrist and everything. And and I realize now that going on and off medication is actually common for people with bipolar disorder. And I I went off my medication again, and then like I don't know, I was doing fine for a while, and then um I don't know, I feel like because stress makes the mental health progression grow or go progress faster. And wait, what am I saying? Trauma, yeah, trauma makes the mental health progression progress faster. And I feel like when I was taking care of my stepdad in California, when he died, the trauma of that affected my mental illness, and it caused my illness to progress faster. And that's why now um, I'm at the point where I'm at now, where like now I'm having hallucinations and like yeah, like I mean I'm not as bad as I could be because I take my medication consistently on a daily basis now. Um, like, but I mean now my mental illness progressed from just bipolar disorder to schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type. So now it's even worse. But like I am worried that one day I'm gonna be just like my mom. Like for those of you who don't really know my mom, like she's constantly like in and out of her mind. She constantly talks to the voices. Like she's pretty much completely gone. And it's like I feel sorry for her. I feel bad for her, but then I'm also it scares me for myself. Like I get frightened when I think about that's my future, and like I feel like I feel like there's nothing I can do about it either. My mental illness is just going to continue to progress. The medication slows down the progression, yes, it does, but it's I mean it's not stopping the progression. And I honestly like I don't like psychiatry is not advanced enough to know how to know how to actually stop the progression of mental illness. All the best psychiatry can do is slow down the progression. And like so if I consistently take my medication on a daily basis, then it should slow down the progression, and I should be able to live normally for quite some time. Like I'll probably live way past my mom's age before my mind officially goes completely gone. As long as I continue to take my medication consistently, which I intend to. Like I finally come to terms with accepting my mental illness. It took me a long time to finally come to terms with accepting my mental illness and accepting that I'm gonna have to take medication for the rest of my life. But um, like I feel like I wish I would have came to this acceptance a long time ago, because maybe I wouldn't be so bad now if I would have accepted this a long time ago. But I mean, you live and learn. Like I've learned that I need to take my medication consistently on a consistent basis, and like just pretty much hope for the best. Like I mean, the hallucinations, the hallucinations of the rooster crowing is is not so bad anymore. Like I hear it like once in a while, but it's not like every day anymore like it used to be. Like so yeah, like it just like I feel like I don't know, like I just I try not to really think about my mental illness progressing because it just causes me to worry a lot about it, and I just stress myself out. But like I feel like as long as I have God, he'll take care of me when that time comes. Like, but it scares me because I worry that if I, if I, if, because like, my mom, because like for instance, right now my mom has me, and my mom has me, and I'm taking care of her. But when I lose my mind, no one's gonna be there to take care of me, and that's why. That's part of the reason why I want to put myself in a mental health group home. But I can't put myself in a mental health group home right now because of my mom. So I need to just hope that I can get myself into a group home right away after my mom finally passes away. And hopefully by the time my mom passes away, it's not too late for me. Like, um, yeah, this is like a pretty heavy video. This is turning into a pretty heavy video for me. Like, I didn't realize just how heavy this is gonna be. But, yeah, I mean, I know I have certain people in my life that do care about me, and that they would have my back even when I lose my mind. Like, but at the same time though, like, I don't know, I feel like unless I can get myself in a group home, like, it doesn't matter who I have that has my back when I lose my mind. Like, when I lose my mind, I'm gonna end up on the street doing God knows what I'll be doing. Like, and that scares me. But, yeah, like, I don't know, like, I feel like, um, I don't know, it just bothers me that people, people, there's people out there who believe that mental illness is somehow a fake illness. And it really bothers me because like they say things like, "Oh, you're just doing it for attention," and like, "Yeah, you're just doing it for attention." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? I'm not. This is not the kind of attention that I want." Like, there's times where I struggle to get up out of bed for weeks. Like, I struggle. I get so depressed that I can't even get out of bed. I can't even take a shower. I can't even eat a simple meal. Like, I'm just so depressed that I can't do anything. It's like literally crippling. And then there's times where I get so out of my mind that I'm doing God knows whatever I'm doing. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing in those moments. Like, I'm so out of my mind that I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Like, I'm on autopilot and someone else is controlling me. Like, it's crazy. Like, so I mean, it's mental illness is definitely not something that is fake. It's something that is real. Like, and it just bothers me because they would never say to a diabetic, "Oh, it's just in your head. It's not real. Like, you need to stop taking insulin and stop faking like you have diabetes for attention." You would never tell someone with diabetes that, so don't tell someone with mental illness that is in their head or that it's fake or that they're just doing it for attention. Just because you can't see the illness doesn't mean it's not real. The illness is very much real. Like, it's and then like I mean another thing that really gets on my nerves is when people say, "Oh, you just need to get off your lazy ass and get a job." Like, they don't understand that mental illness is truly a disabling condition. When you have mental illness, you are disabled. Like, I mean, yeah, some people with mental illness that aren't as severe, like they can work, but when your mental illness is really severe, you can't work because it's just, I mean, like it's truly crippling. It cripples you. And it's not that we don't want to work. We do want to work, but our mental illness makes it difficult for us to work. Like how how like how can I possibly work when there's times when I get so depressed that I can't even get out of bed? Like it's so difficult to even get out of bed. How can I possibly work? Or there's times when I get so out of my mind that I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Like I'm on, like someone else is at the wheel controlling my body. Like you can't work like that. Like it's just crazy. I mean, I would love to be able to work, but right now, like it doesn't. Um it's not. I don't know, right? It's not possible for me. Like, I mean, maybe I can volunteer somewhere, like, but it'll have to be a place that isn't strict on me, that says I have to volunteer a certain amount of time and I can come and go as I please, pretty much. Like, I mean, that's that's how it would have to be. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like people need to really seriously educate themselves on mental illness. They really do. Like, and I mean, like, it's not just people inside the church that are ignorant about mental illness. People outside the church are still ignorant about mental illness too. Like, and it just bothers me to the core. Like, when I see people, like, being so ignorant about mental illness and they pretend like it's not a real illness and it's just something. I mean, I get it. Some people do fake like they have mental illness for attention. I'm not saying there aren't people out there like that, but like that's like most people that have mental illnesses aren't faking it. There's I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact statistics on this, so don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that the people who are faking like they have mental illness, I'm pretty sure they're a small minority of people who are doing that. Most people that have mental illnesses are not faking that they have a mental illness, and it is quite insulting when people try to accuse us of faking it. It's offensive and it's disgusting. Like it really is. Like you would never accuse someone who's dying of cancer. You would never accuse them of faking like they have cancer for attention and tell them that it's all in their head and stuff. So stop trying to tell people with mental illness that it's all in their head and that they need to just get over it. Like, yeah. Anyway, so wow, this video is 23 minutes long. I should end it here. Thank you. If you stuck around this long to watch the whole video, I appreciate it. Um, and please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to rate and subscribe. Have a good day, and God bless you. Deuces.